Media who have responded to our call gathered here this morning, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol duly observed. On behalf of my minister, the Minister of Youth and Sports, Honorable Isaac Kwame Esiama, MP, Ajuma Budia, my Honorable, I think Ajumas are many. Bimabeja and the others, Ajuma Budia. I warmly welcome all of you, and especially our guests who are here with us to this press briefing, the meeting one by the IGCC. The International Games and Competitions Committee, which is also usually referred to as the Games Committee in short, was inaugurated by the Minister himself, Honorable Isaac Esiama, on the 30th of March 2019, and have been charged with the responsibility of overseeing Ghana's team preparation and participation in all international games and competitions. The lifespan unlimited. This 11-member committee, chaired by myself, Mr. Twumasi, the Director General of the National Sports Authority, NSA, has since begun work in earnest to ensure a smooth and successful preparation of our athletes for various competitions and games, especially that of 2019 African Games to be held in Rabat, Morocco. Other members of this esteemed committee are Dr. Emmanuel Owusu Alasan, who is the technical advisor to the minister, Mr. Magnus Rex Dankwa, Mr. Benunu Mensah, the President of GOC, Mr. Richard Apogabi, the Secretary General of GOC, Mr. George Usu Ansan, Mr. Salif Romaru, the Chief Accountant of National Sports Authority, Mr. Emmanuel Otain, the Chief Accountant of the Ministry of Youth and Sports, Reverend Richmond Kwegu, who also happens to be the Chef de Mission for Rabat, Morocco 2019 African Games, Bishop Ajak Kofi, member, and a member in the secretary, Mr. Yao Kuto, who is assisted by Mr. Papa Asante, Deputy HR of National Sports Authority. The IGCC's terms of reference are as follows. As described by the minister, this committee is responsible for the overall planning of Ghana's preparation and participation in international games and competitions, including budgeting, all travel arrangements for contingents, remuneration for athletes, officials, and bonuses for medals, winners, local camping, pre-games, tournaments and competitions, international tours and pre-games camping. They are also to determine sporting disciplines that will take part in the requisite games and allocate actual numbers for each sport, taking into consideration international federations and games requirements. The third mandate is to decide, the committee is to decide with the appropriate federations, associations, or institutions on sports equipment, kitting, and general costume for all contingents. They are also to contract sports marketing agencies to source for sponsorship for all our contingents. 5 on the list of the terms of reference is for the committee to consider and advise the Ministry of Youth and Sports on all requests by the federations, associations, and institutions desiring to locally host or organize international competitions, including bilateral or trilateral games and/or international meetings of federations and bodies in line with the 6-year Ghana Sports Renaissance Plan 2019 to 2024, which is currently undergoing review. It is also to be noted that all bids shall have the prior approval of the minister, of the sector minister, in the preceding year of the tournament or event, and that such request shall be supported by a cost-benefit analysis of the bid, including all requirements to be met by the states. Yeah, I mean the government. The committee is also charged to review federations and associations, schools and colleges support requests for preparation and participation in both national and international competitions. And lastly, this committee is to handle any other assignments as shall be referred to this committee by the Honorable Minister and the Ministry, as well as from the National Sports Authority. Now, to get the work, this huge task assigned to the committee to be properly and efficiently executed, the committee at its first sitting came up with 6 subcommittees with specific functions and defined roles to assist with the work of the committee. These subcommittees are, and their various heads are also to be mentioned. The technical subcommittee is established, headed by Dr. Emmanuel Ogusu. Look, let me see you by hand. The medical subcommittee, which is also very essential, is also established and headed by Mr. Richard Abugabi. Please, let's see you. The protocol subcommittee is to be chaired by Reverend Richmond Pegu, who is also currently our chef de mission for Rabat, Morocco 2019 African Games. Logistics subcommittee headed by Mr. George Uswansa. Marketing, sponsorship and media subcommittee by Mr. Magnus Presdanba. And finally, the finance and budgeting subcommittee, a huge one, and it is co-chaired by Mr. Emmanuel Payne, the chief accountant of the ministry, and Mr. Salisu Omaru, the chief accountant for National Sports Authority. Let me see by hand. Significantly, all the subcommittees are headed by members of the IGCC, and you can see that. Most of the decisions or works of the subcommittees are also ratified or approved by the mother IGCC before implementation. This is a control mechanism. This is to ensure proper supervision and alignment of all the work of the subcommittees into the overall objective of the IGCC. The subcommittees have defined roles set by the mother committee, and it must also be noted that the subcommittees, since their establishment, have been meeting regularly. Now, some activities of the IGCC. The International Table Tennis Federation, together with the African Table Tennis Federation, organized a tournament, and it was hosted here in Accra, Ghana, and was managed successfully by this committee on behalf of the ministry. This is the first major task of the IGCC after its inauguration somewhere in March, and very successful tournament put together by us. I guess we deserve for many years, since many years, this is the one about 20 years or so that Ghana has hosted such a tournament, and that was a combined pact. The IGCC made strenuous efforts to secure the Boko Emporium for the venue of the tournament, and also ensure that it was ready before the tournament commenced. I think all of you, the media who visited us, saw that a fantastic job had been done, the program well structured, put together. The technical and the financial report covering the whole tournament is ready, and presentation will be done soon, and the media will be invited to that presentation. Now, on the 12th edition of the African Games in Rabat, Morocco, this August 2019, presently, the IGCC's focus is on the preparation of Ghana's teams for participation in the 12th African Games in Rabat, Morocco, this year in August. This game used to be called All African Games. It has gone through many conditions, and today we have it as African Games. The committee has so far met 8 times, only on Rabat, excluding meetings by the subcommittees, all to deliberate on the planning and preparations towards the games, at times also to visiting the teams that are the various federations that are also putting teams together in camps. The various subcommittees have drawn up roadmaps or activities geared towards a successful preparation and have been meeting the teams in camps, and very soon the technical head will bring a detailed report to members. In conclusion, members of IGCC have resolved in our collective determination to organize lean, and I mean lean, but effective teams of medal hopefuls for over 20 disciplines to represent Ghana in Morocco. My Honorable Minister always says he sat closer to the Namibian representatives in Australia, where they had brought just about 15 or so athletes. And Ghana had the majority, maybe about 10 times of that. He always says this on platform, everywhere he gets the opportunity to speak to Ghana, and especially the preparation of athletes, he says, and said that his counterpart, the minister, said, hey, Ghana, you win all the medals, you take all the medals away. With this huge contingent. And then said, we have only just 12. But at the end of the competition, I think we came with only just a bronze. And then Namibia with about 12, came with about 2 gold and some silver and some bronze. I think we've learned from it. And that's why I'm saying that we're going to go with a lean. Even if you're 2 or 3 people who represent a discipline, we'll be prepared to go with them. Said that we'll be more successful, and maybe all the 3, or at least more than 50% of this number can bring medals to us. Ladies and gentlemen, the chairman of the various subcommittees are here with us, especially the technical and protocol. They will take turns today to address you on the detailed accounts of the work done so far and the way forward for us to be successful in Rabat. On this note, I want to thank you very much. God bless you. God bless you. You have succeeded and you come. I'm sure many of you will not even come back to Ghana again, and they will sign you up for even a bigger opportunity. In fact, I'm over there. I'm sitting always. I'm looking through my window every now and then, and I think that even it's a serious danger. Because every now and then, beautiful guys, wonderful people playing like this, people are coming to take them away. Now the risk is that if we put these people, individuals, on the big TV screen, by the time we come coach, maybe we will not get them again. So it is a springboard. It's a springboard. To wear Ghana jersey, the play Ghana anthem, the flag also is raised. That is where we are. As for the team, your conduct, comportment, discipline. I think that your coaches have said so much. And I'm sure Chef Bishop, who is the leader of the team, will also make sure that those things are respected. I'm appealing to you, let us all abide by the rules. Now all the conditions that you have signed will take effect. Let us go. We are young people. I know that many of you very, very young, very promising. Let us abide by the rules. The use of drugs, let's avoid them. Never, because antidote people will be there. They will do the testing. Sometimes even unaware, they will call you randomly and take your blood and do a test. And when they do catch you at this young, you are finished. force, you are finished. You are never this, and the moment they get it, they slot into the whole system, the internet system, everywhere. You are blacklisted. Tomorrow you are leaving. Except the mission is over there already. Immediately you get to the airport over there, you will be there. It tells you your food, your feeding and everything, all of them will take care. Others will be moving based like that. By Saturday, we expect that all the contingents, all the admins have moved to camp in Rabat. The Monday, I think that's the 19th, is the opening ceremony. Some of the games, they will even start before the opening ceremonies, and they know. So for example, I think you are going with about 3 different federations. I think judo, beach volley, and all. They will go with you.
People are just
Oh, they are leaving? No. Okay. So they will even be ahead of you. Please, when you go, you have to stick together as enemies. I'm appealing to you. Because the Congo Brazzaville, we saw these variations. It didn't help us. And that's why when we came, that time we had even gone with. This time we are going with only the better home schools of 91. But over the 2015 Congo Brazzaville, we were 360. We brought only 2 gold. We want more than that. Because this time, the inputs that the technical people have made and your coach has made, we are confident that we'll break with more medals than what we did in the past. On that note, I want to thank you, especially to thank the technical team, the management, the coach. Coach, I know you have a lot of work to do for us. And I'm praying that the blessings of the Lord, which is expressed in terms of victory, that will come and even take even higher positions in the Ghana football. Amen. And you will support me to achieve that. May God be with you and help you, strengthen you, do what is humanly possible, and the rest, trust God that will strengthen you in the success.
Alhamdulillah.